Transcending history and the world, a tale of soul and swords, eternally retold. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ephraim225, and today I'm joined by a special guest. Introduce yourself, please.
Yes.
This is Navi spelled backwards. Let's just go with that.
Oh!
Yeah, I did it.
It wasn't even 10 seconds.
I'm sorry.
I'm used to it. I noticed that on my name when I was a kid. It's like...
But seriously.
Yes, I am known as BML42, or just Bremel for short, or even shorter, Ivan, I guess.
And there you go, Navi spelled backwards, because we're playing Ocarina of Time. Well, I'm playing Ocarina of Time. You're just being my Navi for this game. That is to say, you're a much better Navi than Navi, so I shouldn't call you that. You're the opposite of Navi. You're Navi spelled backwards. That's why you're Ivan.
Does that mean I should take you to the wrong place, even though this game is actually pretty linear if you know where you're going?
No, you're the opposite of Navi, which means you're legitimately helpful. No, that's spoiling. You're spoiling it. There are spoilers in the opening, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah. I have playthroughs of the first 4 Zelda games, or 5 if you want to be technical, because I did play BS Zelda years and years ago, but now it's finally time for me to tackle the game that transcends history and the world, like I just said. So, yeah, it's gonna be just straight vanilla Ocarina of Time, but not technically vanilla Ocarina of Time, because this is Ship of Harkinian, the PC port of Ocarina of Time. That's why you have 60 frames per second. And a bunch of other stuff, too. I'm keeping this as vanilla as possible, but I am going to be making a couple of modifications. For example, all enemy damage is going to be doubled. We go in hero mode. So let's roll this intro.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've played Ocarina of Time so many times that it's become very easy for me. So we gotta have something, especially if I start treating it like Tears of the Kingdom and I pull off all sorts of weird stuff.
No, that's fair enough. Like, that's why I've been doing a similar thing with Twilight as of late. Well, Twilight Princess, I should probably specify.
Oh yeah, they probably know. There's no other game with Twilight in its name.
So yeah, I just hope they aren't confusing it for the series about vampires or whatever it was.
Oh, give me a break. Nobody even reads that anymore. Do they? Maybe they do.
Not that I know of. Hello, Mr. Dragmire.
Dragmire? That's so weird.
Look, I think people did confirm. I think Nintendo is last.
Oh, is there lag?
No. Sometimes it does, like, lag out a bit, but it's not too bad.
Okay, that's not going to affect what the viewers see, so you'll have to bear with it.
That's fine. Like, it runs perfectly fine, just sometimes it cuts out.
Alright, alright. You know, if you don't have much time left, you should probably stop talking and let Navi find us already.
True.
Ah, but this scene that you've all seen... Huh?
Oh, well, first off, welcome to the Nintendo 64!
Only in 60 frames. Do you know what the frame rate was originally? 20! This is triple the normal frame rate.
And that's considering N64 games could run 60, just some games weren't optimized for it.
Oh yeah, F-Zero X, 60 frames per second. I know this. I played it.
Funny that he's actually blue. No, she's actually blue too, so...
Yeah. The colors match and everything.
Am not Navi. The tradition. Link starts his adventure waking up.
Good morning, Chrono. That's what they call it.
Oh god, that was also in this. I also started in the SNES too. Now I think about it. That's something I always like about Zelda games. They always not just iterate, but also add on to what the previous game had. Because I think Link to the Past, no, yeah, it brought in the idea of Link waking up.
You can change your view in this
Ocarina...
room.
Oh wow. Oh right, because there are technically two views. Because like the top down's only when you start, and then you have this view for the rest of the game. I think.
So I recall you saying that there was a pot in here at one point, but I don't see one. So yes, that indoor area was completely two-dimensional, but now we're in the three-dimensional world.
I've been playing too many randomizers. Oh, Google, sorry.
Yeah, just backflip off of that. That's way cooler than going down the ladder. So one thing that I wanted to say about Ocarina of Time is that most people, this probably goes over most people's heads, but the storytelling in Zelda has greatly evolved with Ocarina of Time. So I'll be pointing out a couple of interesting things about Link's characterization in this game. And I know, you know, Link never talks except for, like, things like yelling and screaming or whatever. But in this game, we've just been told that Link finally has a fairy, whereas everyone else in the forest has fairies. This will be important. I mean, there are some people in this forest who do not count you as an actual, real man, apparently. No one would ever say that,
They're all
I think.
Children.
Yeah, they're all children. No one would ever say that, by the way. Without a fairy, you're not a real man. Do real men have to wear dresses and stuff like that? Man, this guy is a real stick in the mud. They should name a swamp after him. Don't you think? By the way, a neat little thing about Ship of Harkinian is you can rotate the camera, Wind Waker style. And I wanted to do that because you notice that there are all those little glowing lights around me. Well, they kind of just vanish, but while you're in the forest, they gather around you if you stand still. It's really neat. There's a lot of little details like that. But I'm supposed to let you handle that.
Right. Sorry. And you say that, and it's almost funny to consider that at one point, Ido had a bigger role. Oh. Oh.
Let me guess, you always got the sword and shield, so you had no idea that she said anything different.
Nope.
Well, we need to find the sword and some money, too, to buy a shield. Luckily, there's a bunch of rupees just hidden around in places. I'm surprised these kids have money. They live in a forest. They never trade. What do they need money for?
That's true. Like, why is there even a shop here now that you mention it?
They're selling twigs. They're literally selling twigs.
I guess to be fair, not everyone has the way of farming twigs.
So let's see here. I'm just checking all the signs that teach you how to use a sword, even though there's only one in the forest.
I'm surprised you haven't tried to pick up some grass yet.
Oh yeah, Link can't even pull grass. But what I was actually wanting to do is... Let's see here. The lock will either release or it will transfer... Oh, this is just lock-on practice, I guess. I remember that if you... Oh, yeah. You get money if you...
what?
Yeah, you get money if you backflip from this rock, because it's the backflipping tutorial.
Man, there's a lot of this game I guess I never really considered.
Yes, you can also crawl through things. Link learned how to crawl, unlike a certain female video game protagonist. He doesn't need to turn into a ball, but he can't pull grass, so I guess it balances out.
There. Oh yeah, we never see her pick grass either, do we?
Does she need to? She's got guns.
That's fair.
What does this say? Oh, okay. They apparently put this sign here.
Know-it-all brothers for items. Huh.
We got the sword.
No, that's also a little different. Because it would show, like, the big fancy animation for the sword. Also,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so shiny.
Well, Ship of Harkinian does a lot of things that you can do. I just turned off the lengthy sword get animation. And also, you can equip something immediately when you pick it up. That's also something Ship of Harkinian does.
Nice. Anyway, yeah, watch out for the giant sentient boulder running around.
Yeah, it just rolls around in a circle for some reason.
Well, funnier. If it bumps into you, it bounces back, and then it just keeps rolling.
Wow, that's one mean rock. The rock, the most dangerous Zelda enemy. So this sign tells me how to thrust. Don't take that out of context. But you get money for thrusting it too.
I'll make playing Ocarina next time a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that much. Here you are with this amazing tutorial, and I just would cut up grass for money.
Or you would repeatedly farm the money that you get for jumping across these platforms here.
That too.
Because it just respawns every time you exit the loading zone. No, I don't want to look at you.
Goodbye.
Because I know that I can steal money from the store by going back here.
I always wonder what that ledge was for.
Anyway, yeah, they sell shields, apparently. And a bunch of other interesting things as well.
I think it's said to be made of, like, the bark of the Deku Tree?
Not according to this, but the stick certainly is.
Long ground together from the Deku Tree. Huh.
So they're selling the sacred Deku Tree's fallen body parts, kinda?
Yes, so. Dang, Kokiri are more hardcore than I thought.
They certainly are. Okay, so she has nothing new to say. But now we can get past the stick in the mud. I can't believe how appropriate that is for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes, I have one.
The Kokiri sword.
Good grief.
Wimp is still a wimp. Wow. Really does remind me of, like, the Ocarina of Time manga. It has two one-off stories, and one of them actually has to do with, like, young Link before his adventure starts.
We have enemies, by the way.
Oh, right.
They're very easy, but they drop sticks that I could have bought. So it's actually very easy to farm these.
And I believe it's stated that these Deku Baba's neck stems are stiff, which is why they go straight up like that.
Nice and upright, and also they respawn.
Which is funny, because it's also implied that these guys are supposed to be withered. Whereas later on, when we find healthy Deku Babas, they don't respawn, they don't regrow when you kill them.
Ha! I did it, I think. So if you jump attack into this cutscene, it causes Link to just speed forward.
I think I heard it.
I think
I heard it. Oh, I'm back. Sorry. I'm cursed!
No, I'm a kid. I'm just a kid, Deku Tree.
I'm 9. Ooh, unique angle.
Wow, you don't see this angle anywhere else in the game.
Showing you speaking to me by using L. Wow.
L, like this? Oh, that's the map. What does it mean by L?
I think that means like lock on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Another unique camera angle.
Well, no, this is normal.
Well, no, I mean like the one of the close-up of Link.
Oh, okay.
Use up to listen to her words.
Words of wisdom. Link, try to keep moving. There are also Deku, what are these called again?
Deku Babas.
Okay, that's the button. I had to remember which button it was.
Looks withered. Yeah, these Deku Babas are withered and stiff. Will always regrow.
You know
Normal
what?
ones don't.
I'm curious about something stupid. No, we're nowhere near tall enough to get over that.
You know, we're only 9. Maybe in like a few years we'll be able to reach it.
Is that his age?
I've heard either between 9 or 12.
12 makes the most amount of sense. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Legend of Zelda dungeon to be tree-dimensional. And also we have technically a different enemy. So if you stab at this guy while he's out like that, then he will just, oh. Well, actually, I guess you could hit him at any time and he would stand upright. And you get a stick for defeating him. But I actually want... Does he have more health or something? Okay, there we go. We now have Deku Nuts. We, the 9-year-old child, have just obtained flashbangs.
And these things are a lot more effective than one would think.
Yeah, no kidding. So let's just move ahead with the dungeon, shall we?
You remember, like, I think we mentioned this before, we've talked about this in the past. A lot of Ocarina of Time's development had to change a lot. One of the biggest things being that the first dungeon, even though it was going to be still based around the Deku Tree... Hello, map.
I'm the map. Here is the map.
Guide you on your way. Deku Tree in the... and I already forgot what they're called.
The beta? Because there was a leaked beta of this game with a much different, much bigger Deku Tree.
Yes, it was like almost like 2 rooms, and they had like giant stumps in the middle. Originally, you were supposed to meet Navi on top of one of them, because apparently there's like a call for that.
That would have been a little bit interesting.
Because I think Navi's getting attacked by monsters, and when you fend them off, that's when she joins you.
Wow, really?
Yep.
I think for narrative purposes, I like the final version better.
That's fair. Also, slingshot.
Yeah, we got our first item, a slingshot. And also, if you climb up here, there is a box. It just has a heart.
Recovery heart. It's just funny for me, because as someone playing through Twilight Princess, the parallels are going to be very hard to ignore.
So you can see that there's a ladder there, and you're supposed to shoot it down with a slingshot, but this collapsing platform is still here because I knew I would need it to get out of here. Ooh, I'm cheating.
In randomizers, we call that progress.
Yes. So I guess I'll go ahead and equip this stuff. Because now we have enemies that you can technically get past without the slingshot, but this is much easier.
Very.
Because there's, like, actually a sight system with them, right?
Yes. If you... Because despite their skull faces, their mouths are their eyes. If you're trying to move while they're facing you, they'll charge at you. Though, funnily enough, you can actually just slowly climb up, even when they're in their view. That takes a lot of time.
Now, these guys, they're a little different. I'll avoid them for now.
Yeah. Technically, they are 2 different enemies, because the ones on the walls are skull Walchulas, and the ones hanging are skull Chulas.
Oh yeah, we have to fight one here, actually. Maybe I can hit him from, like, the side? No.
No. That carapace is way too hard.
Mm-hmm. So there's just fire inside the tree. You think that's going to be a problem?
If it falls over. Though I don't think I've seen anything that dangerous here yet.
Or like if we maybe took something wooden and set it ablaze.
Okay, now that would be dangerous.
Ow, wow. There goes my no damage run. That was so embarrassing.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, right.
No, do not
Double
kill
damage.
me. Do not kill me. Please. Not in the first dungeon.
If it helps, those enemies, what am I saying on enemy? Deku Babas are susceptible to Deku Nuts.
So yes, you have to use the stick as a torch. Oh, to exit, actually. There's one more thing in this room. Okay, there we go.
God.
This is actually scary because I am low on health. So now I can do this. Wouldn't want to embarrass myself on camera. This is a heart, right? Good.
Yes.
Very good.
Still be careful, though, because the Golden Sculptures, there's no description for them. They do heart damage normally, so if they hit you, that's 2 hearts right there.
But why would you hit him with anything but a slingshot?
Guilty.
So naturally, I should address this now. There are 100 gold Skulltulas hidden throughout the entire game. I'm only going to get 50 at most. Because some of them are incredibly hard to find. I think I can remember at least 50.
And if I recall, I think only like the first 30 have any kind of notable rewards.
So let's see. For 10 you get... Well, I don't remember for sure.
I believe that's the Stone of Agony.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to, like, bounce on the web instead. Like, if you do not hit the web at exactly the correct angle, then what happens is you bounce up and down, and Navi just gives you this loud shriek of, hey, listen, hey, hey, hey.
Thankfully for you, I don't do that.
That's why you're so much better than Navi.
I just tell you straight up what you get. Let's see.
Okay, so that's 2.
Okay, now I found the token rewards.
So you can't actually find all of the tokens for the Deku Tree on your first run, so, you know. And that one's a little bit difficult because I think you have to do a jump slash to get at it.
Yeah, because they kind of expect you to do something different. Also, I just realized, if the Deku Tree is like a living entity, why does he have metal, like, gates going through his body?
Let's just, pretend somebody put it there. Maybe that's the best way to think of it.
Fair enough. Also, yeah, the sculpture reward, yeah, it's basically up to 30 is where it's important.
Well, for me, I'm getting all of the heart pieces, so there's one for 50.
Alright. 23 is number 1.
Another phrase that I have memorized right up there with "it's dangerous to go alone."
Yeah. Exists in every game.
Also, I can't believe I went so far without mentioning it, but the little items that you get out of the grass and stuff, they have 3D models instead of a 2D image. That's another Ship of Arcanian thing. So we have a neat little puzzle room here. You always tell me about this puzzle room.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing I have with Navi. I'm pretty repetitious. I remember playing through Master Quest, I think both the regular and the 3DS version, and in Master Quest you did have to duck through this or else you will get hit.
Yeah, Master Quest, for those who don't know, is a sort of hard mode that came out originally when you pre-ordered Wind Waker. You got a little bonus. Oh, you can hit this one from behind this way.
It also came with a special twofer for the GameCube port for Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I played, and it was very interesting. I can't remember if it was that version or the 3DS version I beat. I just remember I think it was the 3DS version, which the main difference with that one is that they're also in burst.
Yeah,
maps
for some
inverted,
reason
I mean.
they think mirroring the entire game makes it more difficult.
Honestly, got me there, because I know why they did it in Twilight, but for Ocarina, I don't know.
Deku sticks are also a weapon. Forgot to mention.
Oh,
So careful in
I
this
believe
room, because you want to shoot these down before they hatch. They're eggs. With really weird hit detection.
There you go.
That's
like just above them. There we go. Okay, normally they would spawn Goma larvae. I only say that because I think this is the only area they naturally appear in.
In the regular version, anyways.
Yes.
Let's see, I need to... Also, Deku sticks are stronger than a sword. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
It's about double damage to, like, the Kokiri sword. Which I believe also multiplies with a jump attack.
Can I hit them while they're like that? No. Okay.
Sadly, no. Yeah.
So this wall... Yeah, we kind of need to come back later. You hear that sound and you just know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A lot of stuff here, again, is just iterating on Link to the Past, but better. Though, you don't have to poke the wall, you just have it.
Okay, that's slander. Better than A Link to the Past. I'm kidding.
Right. Let's see. I played both, and no, I think they both have some good merits. I just mean, like, you know, Ocarina takes a lot of Link to the Past ideas, and I guess if not better, implements them to 3D. And I remember, like, a lot of the early footage and screenshots we got of Ocarina of Time's development. It was going to look a lot more closer to Link to the Past. Down to even Link having a tunic design similar to it.
So this is a neat little puzzle. You have to figure out how to break this web, and the answer is to burn it. Apparently you can't reach this torch. It's too high, but it's just there for some reason. Anyway, no need to climb down.
Water. What's interesting to note is the beta of the Great Deku Tree was going to have the...
I need to actually like play this carefully.
Yeah. Don't be like me with the rats.
Okay.
Even if I remember the order, I still kind of get confused how 2, 3, 1 works here, because is it their placement or is it their number?
Well, from left to right, 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 1. Oh, okay. No wonder why I struggled with this puzzle as a kid.
Okay, so the minion of the boss just gave us the way to kill the boss. Don't know if he's thinking that we'll actually succeed if we know, and he won't have to deal with the consequences later. He's right, though.
Go ahead. Go ahead and spin me by the tail.
Ah, yes. What button do I... Yeah, I have to remember what button C down is on, because this is like an Xbox-style controller.
Do you have GC control set up?
Not sure what that is, but I found all the buttons, so I'm fine.
I'm trying to remember, because I think in GC, like, L and R left and right, and then the Z button was down.
I suppose I push this, and you have to look up at Goma to trigger this fight.
You can actually do it with a hook. I actually learned you can actually do that with the slingshot.
Oh, really? Well, that makes sense. The slingshot is, get ready for the biggest shock of the century. You have to shoot Goma in the eye. Approximately 4 people didn't know. And she's dead.
I'm trying to remember what your last swing was.
It was a jump attack Deku stick.
Yeah, that'd do it.
So what happened there was, I have to explain it for the viewers. Any move that you do, like when you crouch stab like this, the damage of the crouch stab is based on your last sword attack. So if you jump attack with the Deku stick, suddenly your crouch stabs do quad damage. It doesn't make
Yep.
any sense, but it's a bug in the original game that I think applies to Majora's Mask and was preserved by Ship of Harkinian. So, if you're doing the optional boss rush mode, which is included in Ship of Harkinian, now you know how to get a fast time on Goma.
Yeah. Also means Goma has a total of 12 hits. I think it's more 10, but I was counting.
At any rate, you can also stun Goma with Deku Nuts, but it won't keep her stunned for as long. No, I'm not going to listen to you. Thou must know my time is short, and he just goes on anyways.
But thou must, as I always say.
This really does seem like a redo of A Link to the Past when you think about it. I mean, in many ways, it's going to be a redo of A Link to the Past. But this game is actually also connected to Zelda 2.
Yes.
That was you knocking over your glass in shock at this glorious revelation that everyone already knew about, I'm sure.
It's interesting to consider that this is also when they really started to focus on their own mythology, since, kind of stepping back a bit, the Zelda series originally wanted to have Christianity as their religion, but after Nintendo's policies about not using religious imagery, they started buckling down a bit with Link to the Past having the Sacred Realm, and then Ocarina just straight up made their own creation myth.
I don't really think it took them until the Super Nintendo to start cracking down on religious symbolism, though, because the churches in Final Fantasy got changed to clinics. Let's just say they were selective about it.
Yes, and on top of that, the whole thing with, like... Because you're right on that, since, here's a fun fact, the whole thing with Earthbound, the Red Cross is actually not a thing for religion, it's just that the Red Cross Society is actually very stingent about their symbol being used in media.
I suppose
Also, I
that's
love this
somewhat
bit.
fair, just change it to a heart.
I love this bit too. Just how it goes back to the Zelda, like, Link to the Past theme.
Yeah, it took forever for me to notice, but the little hum here is actually the title screen theme from A Link to the Past.
Beautiful. Also, Hylia? Who heard of her?
Well, the lake is still called Lake Hylia, so it's gotta mean something. We're all called Hylians. Okay, Link is a Kokiri, not a Hylian, but you know the Hylian people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there is still hints of it, you're right. I mean, they even answered the whole reason why everyone has long ears.
So speaking of story stuff, I personally think that it's a really great narrative punch that even though you beat the boss and lifted the curse and everything, Tree's kind of still dead.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate. It always makes me wonder, though, like, what was the whole point of trying to clear out the curse if... I guess it was just probably too late.
It was to prove that Link was ready for this.
That's fair.
Also, we just got the Kokiri Emerald,
Goodbye.
which has the same shape as the little drawing on the Deku Shield.
Nice touch.
And some people get gray hair, trees get gray bark.
Yeesh. Poor guy.
Sure, blame
and
us.
Yep. Can't show this on Disney now. Since Mido said die, now this can't be aired on Disney.
Can't be aired on Disney. This is Disney. Wait, you're telling me this isn't the You're telling me this isn't the Peter Pan video game?
The sad part is you ain't too far off. Much like how Donkey Kong was inspired by Popeye.
Kinda. There is a Popeye video game, though. It's pretty good. For, like, early NES.
Oh, yeah, no.
So we're supposed to exit the forest, but I am going to just pick up a... No, I guess that can wait. The things I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'll have more money by then, too. Well, you know, he stops you from leaving because if a Kokiri leaves the forest, they apparently are dead. This would later be proven untrue, of course. So I don't know what he's thinking.
Might just be what the Deku Tree said. Also, oh, hello.
Yeah, everyone knew Link was different.
Certainly. No one has... I was gonna say that.
Well, what were you gonna say?
I was a little distracted.
What were you gonna say?
No, it doesn't even make sense, because I was say, no one has blonde hair like Link, but like, no wait, the male Kokiri do. What am I saying? Sorry, you're the only girl with Kokiri with green hair, now that I think about it.
Yeah. And there's also another Kokiri with a unique model. She's got, like, way lighter blonde hair. Link's kind of orangish. So
True.
maybe hair color is significant for some reason.
True. Also, I'm sorry. I was looking at Sari and I got distracted by the whole... There's apparently a whole Mandela effect about how Sari's fairy is different colors for everyone. But I think I checked, and it's a randomized color every room, I think?
Every room?
Just for clarity, like, her fairy was red when we saw it, so if we ever see her again, I'll just have to keep that in mind.
Okay, keep that in mind. We might be seeing her again. Red Fairy.
Red Fairy.
Alright, so now it's time to start the glorious, beautiful adventure. I hope nothing interrupts us and completely breaks the pacing. Oh, it's just you.
Hello. Gabora Gabora.
Thank you. So that guy was seriously annoying in the original because his whole, did you hear all of that? Do you want me to repeat myself? It defaults to yes! Basically.
I don't... Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure the graphics are going to look nice and beautiful in Ship of Harkinian, but I'm going to walk backwards to the castle.
Smart.
Because this is faster than regular walking.
Also, oh, you stepped off the path. Now enemies are going to spawn.
That's
what do you mean this isn't Zelda 2?
Okay, so since you said it, at nighttime enemies can appear, but not if you are on the road. Maybe I'll let the game demonstrate that, but I'm almost to the town. Because if you don't make if you don't make it by night, then the drawbridge goes up, and also I'm going to walk up the drawbridge chain for no reason.
I didn't know if you were going to go there or not. That's why I mentioned it. Oh boy. Oh.
You can fall through the floor. I forgot.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah, traditions don't have collision. Also, oh my god, so many pots.
Enough pot for a smoking party. Remember that he said this, by the way.
You can also see by breaking these jars.
You can farm up a lot of money by, basically... Oh yeah, spin attacks are a thing. You can actually do them by spinning the control stick.
Definitely handy to know. I always wonder if this dude's supposed to guard all these jars or not.
Well, he's doing a poor job of it.
That makes me think maybe not. Maybe he's just a guard.
He's just a guard.
A guard.
It's a nice, bustling marketplace. Let's see here, where can we go? So
You look
nobody
like
in the
someone from a
world,
dream.
nobody else in the world wears green clothes, huh? Pay no attention to the guy with pants on the right that are green. Or the left. So first things first, might as well get this out of the way. I'm going to collect a bunch of item upgrades as well. We have a mini game. A shooting gallery for grown-ups, but the 9-year-old can play too.
You paid him. He's not gonna question it.
And they change your slingshot to the B button for no reason. And the model is different here too.
Is it?
I hope that's not going to affect the hit detection. Okay, cool. This minigame has always been tricky for me. Just one more.
Almost.
Don't you say a
I'll let you
word.
try. Say, he'll let you try one more for free.
I think. Okay, there we go.
That's because there's 2 of them. Nice.
Yay, they have bags for more seeds.
Slingshots. Yay.
Yeah, slingshots. I don't think there's anything else in town in the immediate hour. So just spin around. This whole thing is a 2D image, by the way. Well, except for the grass, of course, but it's kind of weird that they don't make a whole 3D model for the area.
Oh, I'm trying to remember how early this was in the N64's life. Oh, never mind.
I don't want to talk to you. His dialogue is completely unimportant, don't worry about it. I don't get why they included this guy. He's not useful to anybody.
Lore, I guess? Damn.
He's an owl. Okay, now I gotta see if I can, just a little bit back.
Bugs.
Okay, I've got one more shot at him. You can't kill it with a rock.
Ow.
It just slid right off of him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright then. We can't really advance forward, but I'm sure that it would be nice if I could... No, I can't get it from here. I mean, this seems like something you should be able to shoot, but it does nothing. Okay, so I need to remember what to do, because the game is very specific about this. Oh, it's nighttime now. We can actually get another piece of heart.
Yes.
2, in fact, but one of them is like, forget it. Lampshading the fact that in towns, time stops.
Apparently at night the dog ran out and she's waiting for him to come back. So that's why there's a whole bunch of dogs just running around. Also, just Hyrule Castle Town has a big dog problem.
Also, isn't it interesting that there is a dog lady who looks kind of familiar to anybody who played Link's Awakening? Also, the dog is named Richard. I don't know. I might be thinking about it too hard.
Trust me, as I get older, I know that they do a lot of nice references like that. As heck. And I can talk a little bit more about a specific one we'll be meeting very soon.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, someone's missing from town right now, wouldn't you say? Where do you think she went?
Oh, yeah. Also, I like how those guards are just eyeing you over. Hello.
You will give me an egg.
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 Like eggs.
Don't eat this one. Very important egg.
Convenient that it can fit in your pocket.
Welcome to Canaria. Welcome to Canaria. Okay, can you say something different, please? I guess not. You're supposed to be able to bribe him to let you pass. Also, we just got a chicken.
trying to remember exactly. Yeah, I guess I could talk a bit. Because... Oh, I always get this name wrong. Alan? That's her name, right?
Malon, yeah.
Malon is actually a reference to an earlier Zelda game. Link's Awakening, in fact.
Oh yeah, Marin, right?
Yes. Especially since her father's name is Talon, which is supposed to be a parallel to Terran.
So, Navi turns green when you're near this thing, and you can use it to
Current time
check.
is-
You can use it to check the time. It's like the tiniest thing ever because normally you never come onto this part of the bridge or the archway or whatever. But there it is.
Also weird because, like, it acts like a gossip stone, which we've seen a few around here already. And heck, you're actually about to run up to one.
Oh yeah, I should like show
Oh.
what those do.
Yeah. So many interesting things with Ocarina, but that's what I think makes it interesting.
Like how if you allegedly if you hit a butterfly with a stick, it'll turn into a fairy. I've never gotten that to work.
I thought it was if you basically have one get on top of the stick when you're holding it, it turns into a fairy. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, strike it and you get the time.
That's the thing though, you have to hit the statue to get the time. Meanwhile, that gargoyle just straight up tells you the time. Huh.
Money in the moat. For no reason.
I mean, I've heard of wishing wells, but a wishing moat?
Some people keep dragons in their moat. I don't know. This guy's dozing off. Let's give him a little wake-up call, shall we?
Much like,
Nice butt shot.
Okay. Thanks, game.
So you mentioned Marin is similar to Malon. Well, now we have Talon, who is similar to Terran.
Who is... In Link's Awakening, he was not Mario, and this guy,
He's kind of Mario. He's Mario but bald. I guess that's why he always wore a hat. So
I love it, though.
With him out of the way, you can now push these milk crates. It is probably expensive milk. We shouldn't be treating these like they're things for removing obstacles. But we gotta get out there somehow, and that door doesn't work for no reason.
True. And, hey, fair, as long as you're not throwing into the moat, it should be fine.
But it's nighttime, which is not good. You can't get in there at night.
Alright.
Now we get to sit and wait.
Remember back in... It just reminds me of, like, seeing old YouTube videos back in the day when people could just blast whatever music in the background while playing games.
Chop up your favorite anime and set, like, whatever music you want to it. Alright, so, semi-annoyingly... Like, I don't really like it when Zelda games slip in a stealth level for no reason, because they're always bad. This one I've memorized, so I actually like it, and the one in Majora's Mask is fine. But then you get the one in Skyward Sword, which is completely awful. You get the one in Oracle of Ages, which is probably alright.
The funny thing is, with the Oracle games, I think of one other section that always bothers me. Oh hey, free money.
Yeah, if you want to get caught.
It's funny, because, yeah... Oh.
There is a little thing that lets you display guard vision, but it shows up as just a bunch of spheres coming out of their eyes, and it looked really weird, so I don't like using it.
It does show, though, that, like, their vision isn't like a cone or anything. Their vision actually is tracking their heads, so when they're looking left and right, they're actually, like, looking those directions.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's what I always like about Zelda. They always add little details like that. They don't have to, but they always do.
Just ignore the fact that Metal Gear Solid has done stealth better for years.
Oh no, yeah. Metal Gear's like the pioneer. And that's concerning a game that has whose footsteps are these?
Whose footprints are these? You know, there's actually only one room where they notice the footprints because it's snowing. So we're in the courtyard and you can get a little naughty. Oh my goodness, a bomb! You know, that's kind of a little overkill, don't you think? I mean, a slingshot versus a bomb. Anyway, we have in that window the famous Mario artwork. There's Yoshi, Peach, Mario in the center, which is very clearly the box art of Super Mario 64. There is Bowser, and I think in the corner is Luigi. Let's shoot him.
Oh, mean.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Very specific thing you have to shoot.
I believe, aside from the Mario artwork, all the other ones are like different games. Also, hello.
So normally sneaking into a castle in order to see the princess would be considered very creepy and weird, but luckily we're just a kid. But then again, the princess is also a kid. So what were we doing again? There's all sorts of tricks, by the way, to get out of the forest without the Kokiri Emerald. So you're technically lying if you do that.
Not if you say it here. That'd be the one of my dreams.
Also, Zelda's eyebrows are really weird. I don't know if that's Ship of Harkinian doing that.
No, I think her eyebrows were always like a bright greenish blonde. One's got to remember, these games originally were meant to be on a CRT with like different types of outputs, which would alter some of the coloration, which they had to account for the coloration. That's
remember
why
this line.
Ooh, secrets. I like secrets.
No secrets. This is so out of character.
Well, I like it.
It's a secret to everybody. I said the line.
It's a secret to everybody.
Now give me money. It's like, do we really need to go through this again?
I guess the original is about the origins of the world, while this is talking specifically about the Triforce?
All you have to say is that it's a magic triangle that grants wishes.
MacGuffins. Now mind stirs through my head. A thought stirs through my head. What is the difference between, like, the Triforce and, say, the Dragon Balls?
You find all three of them at once.
True.
Also, they're not a dragon's testicles.
I'm surprised. Sorry, I was not expecting you to say that. Also, title drop.
Title drop. We can roll the credits.
I'm very good at storytelling. Why does that hit personal?
That has to be a meme one day.
Why that hit close to home?
I don't know. I just think it applies to certain games that I don't like.
Or he'll be gone.
You just can't say no to nice women. So let's see here. Let's see here. Odd skin color, blazing fire-like hair. He's probably a good guy.
Yeah, you know, the black and armor also really accents the eyes.
So, by the way, I'm sure Boundary Break has done some kind of video with this room, but there's, like, literally just the two guards in that small area back there. There's no model of the king or anything.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If we had a king, I mean, what's stopping Zelda from being ruler?
What?
I was finding it fun. I just mean, like, it's always, you know, a princess, but there's never, like, a king of Hyrule. Well, I guess there has been a few. Even then, they don't ever really tend to do much.
It's usually just in the background.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this king's ship has sailed, you might say.
It is the morning. Because I'm also thinking, like, oh yeah, the only other time we had a prince, he put Zelda to sleep.
No, that was a wizard.
Oh, right. And then the wizard died. Zelda 2 was such a... It's like only a different game just because of how early it was. Kind of like how Mario 2 was so different, but then again, that's also because it was based on other games.
Speaking of background characters... Oh, did you hear that? I heard that. It was very faint, but he actually managed to jump in the water as the cutscene was starting.
Yep.
Anyways, here's Impa in her first ever game appearance, and she's not old. Well, not that old.
Not only that, she's a ninja.
She went from an old lady to ninja. And she plays music with her hands.
I know there are some folks who can do that. I don't know how they do that.
Oh yeah, this is our first Ocarina song. I hope I remember the buttons. I don't actually push the stick in a given direction. For C up, I have to push in the right stick.
Oh, dang. Thankfully, as far as I know, unless you give it like a 10-second delay, all notes do count. The hard part is just misspelling the notes.
Oh, you don't have to input the notes quickly or anything.
Oh, there's no delay. I just mean like if you play them with too much delay. Yes, you little 12-year-old kid, you gotta go protect the land of Hyrule.
Yeah, no pressure.
You know, I know I'm a ninja and I can do ninja stuff, but it's your job. I gotta be here for the princess.
Oh, and I wasn't kidding about flashbangs, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I already know this technology.
Yeah, that was a Deku Nut, so we were just stunned and vulnerable to attack for several moments.
Thankfully, it's, you know, middle of the day and not night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is a good stopping point for now. Made some good progress, and I failed to fall through the floor again. But this is the beginning of our Ocarina of Time adventure. I'm FM225, and I was joined by Navi spelled backwards. Or Ivan.
Indeed, I am Ivan.
So what do you think so far? Ivan, you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, no, this has been a lot of fun. Especially just, like, how we got this together. I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, there's still plenty of journey left to go, so next time we will maybe go up that mountain. Maybe. I mean, there's things to do elsewhere in the world, lots of stuff to collect. So we'll see how it goes. I'm FM225.
I'm Ivan.
And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone.
Have a good night.